Hello, this is Attorney Mike Gravel coming to you from Chicago as usual. And I just watched a little bit of Judge Simpson's call this morning and I couldn't help myself. There's a lot of good stuff on there, but there are a few things I couldn't resist. And one of those is he gets a little cranky. It reminds me a lot of a video I did called Incredible Disrespect of Court with Judge Porter, where he gets cranky with Child Protective Services. Here, Judge Simpson gets cranky with the Public Defender's Office, specifically Stormy McGee, which is like the greatest legal name so far. It's fantastic, and I hate to make fun of her because it's first of all, she didn't do it. Second of all, there's really nothing wrong with it. What's funny about it is the irony. Stormy McGee to me is suggestive of a nickname of somebody who's kind of out there, like a little jacked up or a little crazy. Stormy McGee is not that. She is very level-headed and sort of demure and very reasonable. But she gets the moniker Stormy McGee. It's fantastic. I don't know. I might use Stormy Weather for the thumbnail. Give me thumbnail ideas in the chat or in the description below, or I mean in the comments. Although I usually do the thumbnail right afterwards. Anyway, that doesn't matter. Let's get this party started. It's Judge Simpson's courtroom. It's fun. It always is. It starts with a bang. Then he gets cranky for reasons I completely understand. And then it gets all fun again. So hang in till the end, because actually the most fun part is the end, but the other stuff is really interesting.
The 14th District Court for County Washtenaw, State of Michigan is now in session. All those having business before the court draw near. The Honorable J. Cedric Simpson presiding.
Court does call the case of Augusta Township versus Alicia Salim. Counsel, state your appearances, please. I think I see Mr. Davis. I just don't have Mr. Lilick. Is he signed in? He's muted. Okay, folks, this is a great way to start the morning. Mr. Davis, you're asking for an adjournment, is that correct?
That's correct, Your Honor.
Well, watch it's Victor Lilich, or I might be mispronouncing it, but he's in the Hollywood Squares here. He's over 3 and down 1. It's funny watching him desperately trying to communicate with the judge because he can't turn his mic on.
I don't know. Where is Lily?
He's here.
Mr. Lilick, can you unmute, please?
Judge, he can't find the unmute button. Mr. Lilick, if you look at the lower left.
You've got to be kidding me. Because you just started doing Zoom? I'm kidding. I
think he's going to get assistance, Judge.
Okay. I just hope this doesn't foretell the day.
Thank you, Gia, but no guilt trips.
It's the one with the microphone, Lilick. Okay. Just, I know you're here, so we're going to do it this way, because I know. Whoa.
Your Honor, I apologize. It's a new computer. And this is the
first blame it on whatever you want to blame it on. You're here now. You want to state your appearance?
Yes, Your Honor. Victor Lilick on behalf of Augusta Township.
Hi, this is Jack with the Sovereign Citizen Patrol, and he asked me to ask you to hit like and subscribe. He'd like some belly scratches.
Court calls case, People versus Christopher Hamilton.
Okay, here we are. Stormy McGee really takes the brunt of this one here. It's kind of difficult, but like I said, it reminds me of the Judge Porter thing. All Judge Simpson wants is for them to talk to the defendants first so that they can accomplish the most possible during the call. It's very, Very simple. He gets really irritated here, not over the top, but he's just obviously annoyed. And it's just about efficiency. It's like, we could get a lot more done instead of just continuing everything if you talk to your clients before court starts. That's his whole theme.
See up already. Okay.
Bill William, Forest, Superior Township.
And Your Honor, Stormy McGee appearing on behalf of Mr. Hamilton. Your Honor, I would indicate for the record, I do see Mr. Hamilton on the screen. I believe Chinaza from my office was waiting to speak with him this morning, and they didn't have a tablet. They didn't have a tablet available for her to speak to Mr. Hamilton.
Judge Simpson does not.
Well, why was he not spoken to before now?
Because they prefer that we set up the meetings with them the morning of the hearing.
That's not the communication I got from the jail. Is that?
Oh, he's not happy. He turned his mic off and now he's back checking things. I still think I need to get Stormy on.
One
just
moment,
for the name alone.
folks. Okay. I don't know where that notion of meeting with them the day before has come from. I had this problem last week with you guys, and I'm not having it today. I don't know, how many people do I have in custody?
2
additional.
Have they been met with? Counsel?
Your Honor, I know that today I was covering Mr. Jones, Quintess Jones, and Christopher Hamilton, and Ms. Chinaza was going to speak with them both this morning. But the last I heard from her at 9:40 was that she was still waiting.
Why this morning? I mean, so if she didn't get a chance to talk to Mr. Hamilton, what are we going to do with this case today?
It's a driving while license suspended case, Your Honor. If Mr. Hamilton has his driver's license reinstated, we can probably resolve it this morning. If he doesn't, we can adjourn it to give him some time, but I'm not.
Yeah, and I don't mean to dump on Stormy McGee, who I've not known before this. Okay, I see that she's familiar to some of you in the comments. But her thing is, well, if he has this, well, there'd be a way to know that. That method would be to talk to your client before the call starts. And the judge is not happy. Now, I literally can't tell right now if she's the problem. She's very reasonable and good during court. The judge's entire problem with her, as far as I can tell, is you didn't do your homework. You didn't talk to your people first. While in court, she's quite intelligent. She makes a good appearance. She seems like a very sharp, good attorney. I really don't have any problem with her. The judge is just saying, for the love of God, talk to them first so we can get something done today.
Not sure even what he's being held on.
Okay, this can't work. Mr. Hamilton,
Yes, sir.
why are you, what else do you have that you're in custody on? Do you know?
A CSC charge and a probation violation.
Okay, so the probation violation, let's deal with that. Is that no bond for you at this point? Or
I'm
is
not
there
sure.
a hearing?
It was a tether violation.
Are you represented by the PD on those?
No, I'm represented by my lawyer,
Okay, who's your lawyer?
David Goldstein.
All right, that's on the other. So on the other two things, you got Mr. Goldstein.
Yes, for this one, I'm not sure who I got.
Well, you got a public defender, but my understanding is, I guess they haven't talked to you.
No, not besides in like court with you. I haven't talked to him personally.
When are your other matters set?
April 6th.
April 6th before.
Judge Brown.
All right, here's what I'm going to do, sir. I'm going to adjourn your matter on this one to April 5th. And I'm giving you already have, I'll have your bond continue. You have $100 bond or 1,010%. So you'll be getting credit on it. Follow me?
For what, this one?
That's interesting. I don't follow you, Judge Simpson. It's only because I don't do criminal law, but that's very interesting. He gave the guy $100 bond because he's incarcerated, and he's saying, I'm doing that so you get credit. He's got a bigger charge. Criminal defense attorneys, tell me in the comments below. He just gives him a very small bond, but maybe that makes that time eligible to count for whatever. He's going to get sentenced on something bigger. And the judge is saying, look, as long as you're doing time, that's fine if you get credit for it. It sounds like he's actually doing him a favor to me. Tell me if I'm wrong.
Yeah, for this.
Also, my opinion matters. That is awesome. Local from Chicago. I haven't gotten there yet, but I'm actually contemplating doing a local Chicago meetup. There's been some interest in it. Let me know in the comments.
Case.
Okay. So it's $100.
Because you're going to be held until you see Judge Brown anyway.
Yeah.
But I can't get anything done on this if nobody's talking to you.
Okay.
All right. So
Yes, sir.
I'm just going to put it to the day before your next hearing before Judge Brown. So you'll come back and see me on the 5th, and then you'll have to see Judge Brown on the 6th.
All right.
All right. And counsel, somebody needs to get down there and talk to him. I realize this may be minor, but somebody's got to get down there and talk to him. I want these appointments with these inmates set up before the day before the hearing. I'm not doing this again.
What, Judge? That's an outrageous position. You want people to have spoken to their clients prior to court and know exactly what they want? I've never heard such a thing. I've never heard such an outrageous request from a judge.
Okay, Your Honor.
Am I clear?
You're clear, Your Honor.
Thank you, Mr. Hamilton.
All right.
Court calls the case. People versus Darius Foster.
Yes, Your Honor.
Camille Williams for Superior Township.
Corey McGee on behalf of Mr. Foster. Mr. Foster, could you please state your name for the record?
Darius Foster.
Your Honor, today is the date and time for a pretrial in this matter after speaking to Mr. Foster about his case. Mr. Foster would like to enter a plea today to failure to produce a valid driver's license. Is that correct,
Yes, Your
sir?
Honor. Yes.
Thank you, Your Honor.
That under 311.
Yes, Your Honor.
Sir, please raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear or affirm testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, Your Honor.
State your name for the record, sir.
Darius Foster.
All right. Sir, it is this court's understanding you're going to be pleading guilty to the charge of failure to produce a driver's license. That's a misdemeanor, punishable by up to 90 days and or a $100 fine plus court costs. Do you understand that, sir?
Yes, Your Honor.
Understanding that, still wish to plead guilty?
Yes, Your Honor.
And to that charge, how do you plead?
Guilty.
Now, you understand that by pleading guilty, you'll not have a trial of any kind.
Yes.
Because of that, you're giving up certain rights. You're giving up your right to call witnesses to speak for you at trial or to have this court compel their attendance. You're giving up your right to see, hear, and question all witnesses against you at trial. You're also giving up your right to be a witness for yourself or to remain silent and not have that silence used against you. And you're giving up your right to be presumed innocent until proven guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. You understand that, sir?
Yes, Your Honor.
Right. You understand you're giving up your right to appeal of rank.
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you on probation?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Were you on probation at the time of this offense?
I think so, Your Honor.
All right. If you were, I do have to advise you that this could be considered, your plea in this case could be a violation of your probation. You understand that?
Yes.
And if it is considered a violation of your probation, that other court could sentence you to the maximum allowable under that other charge. You understand that, sir?
Yes.
Understanding that, do you still wish to plead guilty to this charge?
No, Your Honor.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
No, Your Honor.
You don't want to plead guilty to this charge?
No.
Okay.
Mr. Foster, what he's
And that's-
asking you is if you want to plead to the reduced charge that we discussed yesterday.
But it would still be
I think
fines.
he knows what I'm asking him, but I think his question really is this going to violate my probation where I may have to do some time on that other case?
I
Is
understand.
that really what you're asking, sir?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yeah, that's what I figured. Okay.
Okay, if you guys have been paying attention, there is a perfect case in point of what Judge Simpson's mad about. He just took a plea from a guy who changed mid-plea. He pled guilty. But when the judge advised him that it might violate his probation, he changed his mind and said, I don't want to plead guilty. He had to advise him as a matter of law, hey, if you plead guilty to this, it might be a violation of your probation. And if it is, then they might revert to the maximum sentence for whatever that was for this other violation. The defendant picked it up and said, no, I don't want to do this. The subtext here is this is exactly what I'm talking about. These are things that the defendant should discuss with their attorney before we come to court. I just took a plea on this case that's now thrown out because this guy rightfully is saying, no, I don't want to plead guilty to it. What should happen here is that he should make sure on the probation, talk to the probation officer. That's exactly where we go. Is this going to violate me? Do you guys care? They may or may not. They may say, no, fine. Plead your traffic ticket. We're not going to violate you for it. It's not a problem. And then we're done today. Or they might say, nope, we're going to violate you on your thing. And this guy might be facing serious time as a result of it, in which case he's going to fight this ticket to the death. That's, but you kind of need to know that before you're rolling through the call.
I got you. Has anybody been in contact with his probation officer?
Your Honor, I haven't spoken to probation. I can give them a call.
Where are you on probation, sir? What court?
County.
I'm sorry?
Macomb County.
In Macomb County? All right. Here's what I'll do. I'll adjourn this out to April 5th, 2022, 9 a.m. Give you and your counsel an opportunity to speak to your probation officer. Make sure nothing is going to happen down there by your entry of plea here. I got you on that. Okay.
Okay. And the plea was for what again?
This plea would be for the charge of failure to display a driver's license.
Okay.
Okay. But best thing is check with them, make sure. Okay.
And what date was this?
That I just sent it to?
That I got the ticket.
It's usually something you go through with your attorney, but the offense date that we have, sir, is March 12th of 2021.
March 12th, 2021.
Yes, sir. All right. Thank you. Any other questions? You can contact your attorney and get it from her. Court calls the case. People versus Quintez Jones.
Will Williams for Superior Township.
And Stormy McGee on behalf of Mr. Quintez Jones. Your Honor, I have not been able to speak to Mr. Jones. I would ask the court to adjourn the matter. Unless you're, let me speak to him in a breakout room. I would ask
Yeah,
you.
it's not, you know, you guys got to do this beforehand. I mean, Mr. Jones, you need to unmute. Can you? If you can't do it, just, oh, you got it. You got it.
You hear me?
State your name, sir.
Quintez Jones.
All right. What are you being held on?
Armed robbery.
Okay. So you're in there on something else?
Yes, sir.
All right.
Your Honor, at the court, at Mr. Jones' last hearing, the court indicated that Mr. Jones may just need to apply for and get a driver's license in order to clear this matter up. I believe he's been in custody for the entire time, so I don't think he's had any opportunity to make that effort.
I understand that, but because I gave him a bond of $50 so that he's getting credit, but is he just going to plead to this charge, or is he going to, I mean, I get where he is right now. What I'm trying to figure out is why something hasn't been worked out, or somebody tell me that it's not going to work out and deal with this case. He's got a whole lot more serious things to deal with now, other than coming back here to see me. I don't mind seeing him, but.
Your Honor, I can call Mr. Jones this afternoon and speak to him about this and find out if he wants to plead.
And then talk to the prosecutor and then see if something can work out. I mean, I'm not saying he's got to plead to this charge. I'm just saying do the negotiation. If the prosecutor says no, he says no, but then let Mr. Jones know.
Thank you, Sassy Cats. Oh, Oscar, my boy. Well, what's interesting here is, again, this is criminal and I do civil, but it's the same thing. If I'm coming up on a court date and I'm fighting with opposing counsel, we do it all the time. We have something called Rule 201K where we have to, as a matter of rule. But even if you know something's not going to work, you call the other side and say, "Hey, can we proceed on deps?" Or you whatever it is that you would like to happen. You call the other side, even though you know they don't want to, and you let them say no. So the next day when you're standing in court, you can say, "We had this conversation, Judge. We can't work it out. Here's where we are." And the judges are much more amenable to trying to do something then. But if you just say, "We haven't talked for months and we're here. Can we just get another continuance?" They get just like this, and understandably so.
No. April 5th.
Respectfully, I understand how to do my job.
April 5th, 2022, 9 a.m. Thank you, Mr. Jones. Court calls the case. The People versus Sky Freeman.
Amber Harris with and on behalf of Miss Sky Freeman. Miss Freeman, if you are present, can you please unmute and state your name for the record?
Sky Freeman.
I did have a chance to speak with Miss Freeman. She is taking her role.
Hold one moment.
Oh.
Go ahead, counsel. I'm sorry.
Yes, Your Honor. I did have a chance to speak with Miss Freeman. She is.
Okay, we're just so you know, we've switched into the other case. This one gets really fun and lots of good laughs and smiles here. You'll enjoy it. It's the payoff for today.
Is scheduled to take her roadside test March the 31st in order to get a valid driver's license. So she just is asking for a brief adjournment until after that date.
Ms. Freeman, is that right?
Yes.
Any objection from the people?
Jimmy Williams for Superior Township, and no objections, Your Honor.
So you take the test on the 31st?
Yes, I go take the test on the 31st. Mm-hmm.
That's your driving test?
I think it's I don't know, it's at the Secretary of State. I think it's a first time driving test, to get the license. I made the appointment after our last court date. What was it, last week or the week before?
Are they going to make you drive a car?
No, I don't think so.
So it's a written test?
Yeah, I think it's a written test.
So you're going to go to, you don't even know what you're doing.
Oh my God, I just know it's for my life.
Freeman?
Don't do me like that on here.
No, I'm just, all I'm trying to find out, Ms. Freeman, if you're going to take a written test or are you going to take a driving test?
I think both.
I think she's going to take a driving test, Your Honor, because she is getting a license. I don't think you could get there with the written test. Unless y'all do stuff different in Michigan, I can only speak for Tennessee.
I don't even think in Tennessee they make you do anything. I'm just saying. So, Ms. Freeman, you have no idea what you're going to do at the Secretary of State.
I know I'm going to take a test. I think.
Look, she knows she's getting a license.
Right. Okay, Ms. Freeman.
Yes.
Where do you live? Are you going to be in Washington County taking this test? Because I just want to be off the road. I want to be off the road. Where?
I'm going to the one on the Secretary of State on North Maple.
Oh, on the other side of Ann Arbor.
Okay,
all right.
Yeah.
So if they make you drive, you just stay on that side because I'm all the way on the other side.
Okay.
Okay. I don't want to see this.
Okay. Okay.
You're going to pass, right?
I hope so. I've been practicing every day.
Ms. Freeman?
Yes.
The first part of passing a test is having the confidence that you're going to do it.
Okay, I'm going to do it.
Okay. I'll adjourn this out to April 5th, 2022, 9 a.m.
See you.
All right, don't come back here saying I didn't pass. Just stay in the lines, okay?
Okay.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome.
Well, there you have it. Another enjoyable morning with Judge Simpson. There was more good stuff on the call, but those were I thought this was the morning stuff. And I thought those were the two most interesting bits. The first one is it shows his irritation. I don't think he was out of line, but it just shows, look, I'm interested in some efficiency in getting things done. We've got a call. We're all here. I got the robe on. Let's get something accomplished. And then that next call, and this happened naturally, just, shows that he doesn't lose his sense of humor. He flips right back to that. It's very enjoyable. He's a one-man content machine. He isn't trying to be. He's just got long calls, and he's interesting. And then it's not his fault. He's got attorneys showing up, with names like Stormy Daniels. Stormy McGee, Stormy Daniels said that. I strike that. That was from the news. No. I am making no connection between those two. Poor Stormy McGee just needs to talk to the clients before the call starts. Other than that, she seems to be doing just fine and making sense. All right. Lord. Thank you all for coming out. I appreciate it. I will see you on the next one.